Welcome to Bunny Tales. Today we're going to learn about singular and plural nouns. How do I change a singular noun into a plural noun? A singular noun refers to only one person, place, or thing. A plural noun refers to more than one person, place, or thing. The first rule is we add an S to most nouns to make them plural. Here are some examples. Elephant, elephants. We just add an S. Dog, dogs. Flower, flowers. House, houses. We just added an S to the end of the original word. The second rule is we add an ES to nouns that end in CH, SH, S, X, or Z. Here are some examples. Bus becomes buses. We add an ES at the end. Fox becomes foxes. We add an ES at the end because fox ends with X. Watch becomes watches. We add an ES because it ends with CH. And brush becomes brushes. We add an ES to the end because it ends with an SH. And finally, class becomes classes. We add an ES because the word class ends with an S. Let's practice turning singular nouns into plural nouns by adding S or ES. I have one dog. What should I add if I want to turn the dog into dogs? Should I add an S or ES? We're going to add an S because dog ends with a G, so we only add an S. What do I need to add to fox to make it more than one? To turn fox into a plural, should I add an S or an ES? You're right. We add ES because fox ends with X, and the rule is if a word ends with X, we add ES to make it plural. I have one dish. If I want to turn it into a plural, dishes, should I add an S or an ES? You're right. We add ES because dish ends with SH, and the rule is if something ends with an SH, we add ES. I have an orange. If I want to turn it into oranges, should I add an S or an ES? You're right. We should add an S. Orange becomes oranges. I have a book. If I want to turn it into the plural and turn it into books, should I add an S or an ES? have a watch. If I turn it into more than one watch, it becomes watches. Do I need to add an S or an ES? You're right. We add ES because watch ends with CH. And if something ends with CH, we add ES to make it plural. I have a turtle. If I want to make it plural and turn it into turtles, do I need to add an S or an ES? You're right. We only need to add an S. Turtle becomes turtles. Good job. Let's learn another rule. If a noun ends in a Y with a vowel before the Y, we just add S. Here are some examples. Monkey becomes monkeys. There is an E before the Y, therefore we just add S. Donkey becomes donkeys. There is an E before the Y, so we just add S. Day becomes days. There is an A before the Y. A is a vowel, therefore we just add S. And key turns into keys. We only add S. However, if a noun ending in a Y has a consonant before the Y, we change the Y into I and add ES. Here are some examples. Baby becomes babies. There's a B before the Y. B is a consonant. Therefore, we change the Y to I and add ES. City becomes cities. The T before the Y is a consonant. Therefore, we change the Y to I and add ES. Sky becomes skies. K is a consonant. Therefore, we change the Y to I and add ES. And finally, copy becomes copies because the P is a consonant, so we change the Y to I and add ES. Let's practice turning singular nouns into plural nouns. Should I add an S or should I change the Y to I and add ES? If I want to turn key into keys, should I add an S or should I change the Y to I and add ES? Good job! I only need to add an S because the letter E before the Y is a vowel. And if there is a vowel before the Y, we only add S. If I want to turn a cherry into cherries, do I add just an S or do I change the Y to I and add ES? You're right. I will have to change the Y to I and add ES because there is an R before the Y. R is a consonant. Therefore, I change the Y to I and add ES. How about baby? If I want to make it into a plural, babies, do I just add an S or do I turn the Y to I and add ES? You're right. We change the Y to I and add ES because the letter B is a consonant, and if there is a consonant before the Y, we change the Y to I and add ES. How about boy? If I want to turn boy into boys, should I just add an S or should I turn the Y to I and add ES? Good job! We only need to add an S because O is a vowel, and if there is a vowel before the Y, we only add an S. How about toy? If I want to turn toy into toys, should I just add an S or should I turn the Y to I and add ES? Good job! We only need to add an S because the letter O is a vowel. And if there is a vowel before the letter Y, we only add S. The fourth and final rule is if a noun ends with an F or an FE, we drop the F or FE and add VES. Here are some examples. Wolf becomes wolves. We drop the F and we replace it with a VES. Life becomes lives. We take out the FE and replace it with VES. Life becomes lives. Half becomes halves. And shelf becomes shelves. Let's practice turning singular nouns into plural nouns. What is the plural of wolf? Is it wolves, wolves, or wolves? We do not add ES or S because wolf ends with the letter F. We drop the F and add VES. What is the plural of brush? Since brush ends with SH, we have to follow the second rule. That means we do not add an IES or an S, we add an ES because any word that ends with SH gets an ES at the end to turn it into a plural. What is the plural of apple? Apple ends with an E. That means we do not need to add an IES or an ES. We only need to add an S. Apples. What is the plural of penny? Since there is an N before the Y, we do not need to add only an ES. We do not need to add an S. We need to change the Y into I and add ES because N is a consonant, and if there is a consonant before the Y, we turn the Y into I and add ES. What is the plural of flower? Since flower ends with ER, we only need to add an S. Hope you enjoyed learning how to turn singular nouns into plural nouns. Please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the like button so I can make more fun videos. Thank you!